What's up, everybody? This is your girl CC, where it begins magazine, and my co-host is sick today, so he won't be on. So prayers to you, Mickey Monday. But we have a special guest on the line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself or where he's from and what he does.
Hey everybody, my name is Eric Jordon Tidwell. I'm from Detroit, born and raised, currently living in LA. I'm a writer, actor, director. So tap in. Can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait for you to see my future work.
Okay, so what plans do you have for 2021? What's some of your goals?
Well, I want to star in a feature film. A lot of the projects I've done so far have been like music videos, short films, and series. But I definitely want to carry a movie. I've also directed a short film this weekend, so I'm looking forward to putting that out within the next couple of weeks. Other than that, it's just me writing and trying to continue to push out content. You know, we are kind of still on lockdown here in LA, so it just gives a really good opportunity to, just do whatever you can do to be creative.
Yes, I understand that. Well, let's talk about tough love and the experience behind that.
Let's do it. Tough Love was amazing. I started it in New York in 2015 with season 1. And then this year it was picked up by TV1 and they ran it on their network. And we actually reshot a spinoff season called Tough Love Los Angeles. So we shot that during the pandemic and it released on Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving. And the season finale just happened 2 weeks ago. So 10 episodes are all out now on YouTube for the people that don't have cable. Definitely check that out. Tough Love, LA.
Okay, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. So tell us, what's been one of your biggest accomplishments you had so far in life?
To me, I would actually say probably this this most recent accomplishment with Tough Love. This was my first time being on national TV. I'm in a scripted series. I've been on TV before in music videos and commercials, but this is the first time actually holding the character and people being able to see me kind of be myself in a way. And that was huge for me because I don't have any family members or friends growing up that were on TV. So I'm the first one to do it, and I'm looking forward to doing it a lot more.
Okay. Well, who are some people that's been your most influencers or who motivated you to be an actor and a writer?
No, as far as acting, it was a natural transition. I started my career as a runway model in Detroit, Michigan, and then I moved to New York to continue to pursue that career. After wrapping New York Fashion Week, I was contacted by Tough Love team. They contacted me through one of my model pages, actually. I believe it was Model Mayhem. And that was my first time going in and auditioning for even something like that. So I went in and they just handed me 2 scripts and I read them for the first time there out loud with the writer and was casted for that project. And my very first day on set is when I fell in love with acting. Growing up in my career as a model, it's very strict. So, it's not a lot of playing around, I guess, when the lights are on. So the fact that, as an actor, you kind of get paid to play around, it's pretty fun. I liked it a lot. And I was blessed to work with a very talented cast. A lot of them had graduated from film school. So being someone who just kind of fell into it, being surrounded by, all of these professionals, I just soaked up all of the knowledge.
Wow, that's amazing. And congratulations again. But you
Thank
have
you.
so much stuff that you do. What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I guess I'm, just the same old Eric. I just watch basketball. I like playing video games. But most recently in my spare time, it's been writing. And the transition for that actually came recently after concluding with the production on Tough Love. I just kind of wanted to keep the momentum going. So I reached out to a production company to see if they needed any talent because I knew that they were pushing out these shorts pretty often. And when I reached out to them, they actually told me that they were booked up on actors, but if I knew any writers, they were looking for that. And I had wrote a couple of things before. I never shot them, just kind of wrote them down. And I ended up sending them a couple of things that I had wrote. They loved it. Asked me to write for them. And so far we've shot 3 projects that I've written. And the most recent one, like I said, I directed, and that was on Saturday. So, I mean, I'm still off a high from that.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Director, I see you over there.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
see you. That's awesome. Well, what has been the biggest challenge of yours?
Oof. Being away from family and being away from, the people that I care about the most. That has definitely been very, very challenging. Every time I see them, I feel like, 10 years have gone by, even though it's only been 3 or 4 or 5 months. But yeah, that's the biggest challenge for sure, being away from my family and, just being out here pursuing this path that you don't necessarily control. So while going along that journey and looking back on the things that I missed, that sometimes is a challenge. But fortunately, I've made a lot of good friends and good connections here that, just kind of motivate me and surround me with love. And, we're also being out here in LA, it's a lot of people that move out here for those same kind of things. So, it's a community of people that have left their families and I guess kind of looking for a new one. So that's been my biggest challenge for sure.
I got you. So I know LA is beautiful. Tell me 3 things you love about LA.
I mean, the weather, I could talk about that all day. But, if I wanted to be like very specific, I love the ocean. The fact that the coldest it gets here is like 56 or something like that is a really good thing. And that's normally only at nighttime. The potential that is in the air, it's so many different opportunities here to pretty much do whatever you want to do, not even strictly entertainment, but just the opportunity that's in the air. I love it. It's a whole vibe, the hills, you're riding through the freeway and you got to go up and down hills and you see all of these elevated houses and things like that. It's definitely a vibe. And coming from Detroit, I've never seen anything like this. And I like it too a lot more than New York, because it's greener. New York is a lot of concrete. And
Right.
so here you definitely feel more of like a homey feel.
Wow. I understand where you're coming from because I'm from DC and now it's like I'm in Atlanta, but I love the weather here. I don't miss the snow, so
Right.
I get what you're saying. I get what
Right.
you're saying. But you wear so many different hats. Out of all the talent that you just named, you said you act, you direct, you write. Out of everything that you do, what are you really passionate about? What's your, out of all those things?
That's a good question. I would probably say I'm really interested in that directing aspect. It was something that's really new to me, but just the fact that you kind of like control the vision and can bring a vision that you have to life. I really enjoy that because normally as an actor, you're trying to bring someone else's vision to life. So being a director, you control the story, and definitely being a writer, you create the story. So I think that I really enjoy, just from being an entrepreneur and growing up under one, I really enjoy that building aspect. And that building of a team and designating tasks, things like that. That's something I've always enjoyed. But yeah, anything that still allows me to be creative. But I could definitely see myself continuing to direct and produce projects. But the one that I directed on Saturday, I actually did do a small feature in. That wasn't planned. It just kind of happened because it was a struggle kind of casting everybody. But last minute I decided to play one of the roles, and I think that was really fun too because it kind of made me feel like my hands were all over the project. So that was a real joy, and I hope to be able to continue to do that on a larger scale.
Okay. Well, you will. Talk it in existence and keep doing what you're doing. It seems like you're already in the right direction.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, also going back to all the stuff that you're doing, who are some people you would like to work with?
People I would like to work with.
Yes.
I would like to work with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Just be honest. I want to kind of go head to head with him on something. There's a lot of like I want to work with The Rock. I want to work with Regina King. I like what she's been doing lately. Believe it or not, I like the way that and she hasn't really stepped in the shorts yet, but her music videos kind of tell a story. And this is random, but Tiana Taylor, I think she's a really dope director. I think that she's slept on and will soon make that transition to film. Ava DuVernay, amazing, amazing, amazing person. I really, really want to work with her. Ryan Coogler, it's the list goes. James Cameron, like the list goes on and on. George Lucas, it's so many people that I want to work with just because I like the kind of movies that they make. I really see myself, you know, being someone that stands for something. Playing characters that stand for something, as well as because growing up as an athlete, I also want to do action and showcase my athleticism. So, and a lot of these people make movies along that direction of where it's something that is impactful, and still is entertaining.
Got you. So, since you like directing and you love movies and stuff, what's your favorite movie?
Lion King. Lion King.
Wait
Yeah,
a
and
minute.
not
I
and
wasn't
not the
expecting you to say that.
Lion King, man. It's Lion King. That's been one of my favorite movies since I was a child. And when they made the um what is it? When they made the live version, I guess, when it
Yeah.
was they had like Beyonce and all of these other people playing the voices. A lot of people said they didn't like that, but I liked it. I liked it as well. It was kind of right up there neck and neck with the anime to me. There were a few scenes that they didn't put, but just watching it as an adult and just seeing the different messages that were being taught to us as children. I think that you know, because we're being like fed information so much, I think that whatever we watch and listen to, we consume it, it steers our mind, it steers our life, in a sense. So for me, that was something that really kind of stood out to me as a kid, just the fact that, he had to go out on his own and, kind of like figure himself out. And so while he was doing that, it was problems at home, and it's a lot of drama in that movie. But yes, it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorites.
Wow. I like The Lion King. And I did like the new one too. I'm not sure why a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah,
I like both of them.
me too.
You know.
Me too.
So I wasn't sure why. And maybe, some people are set in their own ways that they just like the
Hmm.
originals of
Hmm.
things, but I like them both of them also.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely. So, what are some tips or advice you could give to others that want to be into film?
Don't be scared. Just don't be scared. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be different. It's going to be, unlike anything you've ever done before. But if you're afraid, you're not going to really do your best or try your best. Because sometimes it's not even about doing your best, but just trying your best, like just giving it your all. And if you have these reservations, then it's really easy to see that on camera. Um, if you are afraid of going in front of casting directors and producers, we have things like TikTok and Instagram and all of these different little apps that you can play around with a camera recording yourself. You can, I see a lot of people mimic these characters on TikTok. That's actually something that I have a little concept that I'm about to start doing as well. Actually, I'll let you in on this. So a lot of people throughout my career have told me that I look like Ludacris. So I'm actually about to start doing some TikToks Strictly Ludacris. Strictly Ludacris. Right now, he doesn't have a movie about himself or anything like that. So this would be me trying to build up some kind of momentum in that direction. So, it may happen, it may not happen, but I just think it'd be something fun to do and just kind of still stay creative and loose. But other than that, I will also say work with your friends. Work with your friends. Instead of trying to make it from half court every time you shoot. Take the easy shots, take the layups, take the assists, be willing to work on set. A lot of times when I work on set behind the scenes, I learn different things. So just really like invest in yourself and your community.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. And thanks for giving us the exclusive on the Ludacris thing. I like that.
Yeah. It's funny because I've been thinking about playing Ludacris for a couple of years now, ever since anybody ever told me that. But when I just saw The Rock most recently, he's producing his own show about his life. Like Ludacris has connections, he has money. So I mean, if he's not having that thought process or that idea, this might be something that could plant it in his head. So it's just something fun to do. I've always wanted to kind of do something like that ever since people started, just calling me that. I was like, okay, well, let's see how far we can go with this. And I actually met him too. I met him in 2017 at a Halloween party. We took a picture together. He's a little bit shorter than me. But I was like, maybe. When I looked at him, I was like, maybe we kind of look alike.
Did you bring that to his attention? Did you say, look, people be thinking I'm the lookalike of you?
No, I didn't. So when I met him, I was at Chris Brown. He had a Halloween party. I think this was like 2017, 2018, one of those years. And he rented out Universal Studios in Hollywood, not in Hollywood, in Universal City. So out here in LA, he rented out the whole theme park. And everybody was running around in costumes. This was around like one of his album releases too. And there was a guy walking around in a stormtrooper uniform. And it was like a security guard with him. He was still kind of low key, but he was walking around in the whole stormtrooper uniform from Star Wars with the gun and helmet on and everything. I seen him take the helmet off to talk to somebody. And I think it was a girl or security or something. But when he took the helmet off, I'm like, oh, that's Ludacris. And because I was in VIP, I was just able to just kind of like go over to him and be like, yo, can I get a pic too real quick? And, because he was kind of in motion, I was just like, yo, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. Just gave him some respect. That's all. I didn't even drop that bug in his ear, nothing like that. But, I think that it's a quote that I've been paying a lot of attention to, where they say like attract what you want. So you just put it out there. Like these things will come to you.
I love it. That's great. Great positive attitude. That's the way to go. I love it. I love it. But I do have two trivia questions for you.
Okay.
That we like to do. So I'm just going to make one up for Mickey Monday. But my trivia question for you is, what is the worst gift you ever received?
That's a good question. I'm like looking around my place, like what's stuff around here that I not want? Ooh. So, my grandmother, she actually bought me a book. And this was for my birthday. She bought me a book, and she was teasing me about, this was younger, she was teasing me about actually getting me a PlayStation. But because I didn't do good in school, she bought me a book. But I remember it because they had it wrapped as if it was like a big gift. So the entire time I was thinking like, yo, this is about to be PlayStation. It's about to be PlayStation. I'm unwrapping it. And it's inside of a white box. I'm like opening it up. And when I open it up, it's a book in there. you know, it was the book that I was supposed to read in school. And and it's so funny because like, I don't even think that I ever did read the book. I think I just like caught an attitude. It was To Kill a Mockingbird. So this had to have been like sixth grade. But I remember like just kind of like catching the attitude. It's summer, telling her like, yeah, I'm reading it. You know, I'm reading it, just folding pages in the book to make it seem like I was making progress in it. And what I did was I just Googled the summary of it. This way, when she asked me what happened, I just was like, oh yeah, la 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 la, la la la. But that was definitely one of the worst gifts that I ever got. The second worst gift that I ever got was my dad bought me a tool belt. So he thought it was cool because, you know, I'm coming to work with him. I need to hold my tools. You know, he's like, oh yeah, like, you know, a fresh new, what they call it? They called it a new skirt when you got a new tool belt. They're like,
Right.
yeah, brand new skirt. And that right there was also a very bad gift in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because if I'm 14 years old, the last thing I want is a tool belt. So, you know, it hasn't really been the best gifts. I think that's why I just started buying my own things.
Wow. Wow, I can see that. So for Mickey Monday, I know he asked this question to someone before, so I'm gonna pick this one. What's one of the best concerts you ever been to?
Oof. I think it's, and it, this is so funny. It's about to sound so light skinned, but I think it's between like, yeah, I think it's between Drake and Chris Brown. I haven't been to many concerts in my life, but the very first one that I went to was a Drake concert. This was for his Take Care album, and I remember going because I had bought two tickets, planning to go with a girl, and she ended up like canceling on me. So then I ended up going with one of the homies who was just like, yo, I'll drive, because where they had the concert at, it was smoking allowed. So they had it like 45 minutes away from the city of Detroit at like one of the only venues that had like a yard. And I didn't even have like seats. I had like yard seats. So you know, we're out there and just having a good time. I think he had J. Cole with him that day. This was like years ago, you know what I mean? Take Care album is oh. But that was really fun. The Other than that, like I said, it would definitely be Chris as well. Just because like I'm familiar with his camp. So for like about 2 years, I was at everything they were doing. So I was backstage at the concert, you know, just all in the mix. And you know, he's a real performer too. So I mean, that's a great show. You know, that's a great show. You know, especially when he's just out there going hard for like an hour plus.
I agree. I think I would pick him to be one of my favorites also.
Oh,
I just
I
love Chris
forgot
Brown.
about the Drake Migos concert. I forgot about the Drake Migos concert. That was nuts. That was nuts. He brought LeBron out. This was at Staples Center. He brought LeBron out. How am I gonna forget that? Like that was nuts. They had the floating car. Crazy.
Oh
Crazy.
wow. Oh wow. Well, I want to say thanks for interviewing with us today. But before we get off, please tell everybody where they can follow you.
Yes. So tap in with me, guys. My name is Eric Jordon Tidwell. You can type that in on Instagram. You can type it in Google. You know, everything will pop up. My Facebook, Twitter, IMDb, all of that. I have a website coming up soon too. That'll be ericjordontidwell.com. So you can just tap in with that. But yeah, guys, Jordon DON. So make sure you don't spell it with an A. But yeah, so definitely tune in. I'll be launching that project that I directed Saturday within the next 2 weeks. So you'll see that coming soon. And I usually post all of my progress on Instagram. So yeah, Eric Jordon Tidwell.
And what's the YouTube for it?
The YouTube is Fresh Films. It's Fresh Films. Yep, Fresh Films. That's the name of the YouTube platform that I'll be posting it on. But I have my own YouTube as well that I'll be putting on my content on my video content, as well as on my website. But like I said, right now, everything is kind of consolidated on Instagram. You just go in there and you'll be able to click different links to different stuff. But pretty soon, I'll be launching my website and everything will be on there. But Eric Jordon Tidwell, that name isn't going anywhere. I'm gonna make sure I continue to shout it and preach it, and get it out there. Get it out there. So yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, again, thanks for being on our platform. Thanks for interviewing with us. Keep grinding. I love your energy. I love your vibes. I'm going to check out your YouTube. And once it's posted, I will check it out. So, and I'll let you know what I think about it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Let you know.
Yes. So, I mean, I was going to say, if I don't know what Atlanta is like, but, you know, I've been thinking about coming down there. I have some friends that have been down there shooting with Tyler Perry. He got him on like lockdown at the camp or something like that. But, you know, I've heard a lot of things have been happening in Atlanta, and I think I should come test the waters out. So, you know, maybe I'll reach out to you guys while I'm out there. Maybe we could do another in-person conversation.
Yes, definitely. Well, I'm in Atlanta. He's in the DMV area.
Okay.
That's where he is. And sorry you couldn't meet him today because he's awesome. He has the dopest questions, and it'd be the hardest questions too. So you got lucky.
Yeah, I did. Now that gift one was pretty tough. I had to think back on that one. I had because the past few years I've been getting pretty good gifts, but you know, I remember them years growing up. Those was tough.
Yeah. But Atlanta is always open. Even through this time, it seemed like they're open all the time. But definitely, I think this is a place for opportunities. So definitely look it up. And if you do come visit, we definitely could do a face-to-face interview. So.
Nah, that would be dope. That would really be dope. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you have a blessed Tuesday. Be safe out there and enjoy the weather.
Thank you. Taco Tuesday.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, all right. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. See you later. Peace.
All right.